I thought that was a self-portrait.
Unless it looks like a tuna can, it's not mine.
Wait, what the fuck?
Yeah, I know. If I had a nickel for every time I heard that, I'd have a loaf of Wonder Bread in the cupboard.
Some bologna.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. This is an episode of the Bad Dinner Guests. I guess I'm your unwilling host tonight, RJ, joined by the ever-present Kevin.
Hi.
And then there's Shawn B over there.
What's up, dude?
And his microphone isn't coming in, but it doesn't matter. He didn't need it anyway. We also have a live studio audience. Kat, thanks for coming. Anyhow, we were talking about... Shit. I kind of want to figure out why Shawn's mic's not working, but I'm cool with this. What do you think, Kev?
We should. If not, he's just gonna yell. So, I think I can do some of the time stalling here.
Yeah, no, I want him to plug into it and get it close to his mouth and see if that's the issue first. But I'm not very sure.
If I had a nickel for every time I heard that one too, jeez, man, I'd actually have some bologna for that bread.
Yeah, he's not coming in at all.
God damn, dude, stop it already. That's what she said. Can I just say it once and then we're just done?
Can somebody tell me when they hear Kevin or Shawn B in their headphones? Does anybody have Shawn B in their headphones right now?
I have no Shawn B in my headphones.
Shawn B, I need you in my
give us a thumbs up, listeners, when you hear Shawn B.
Yeah.
I hear Gucci Man, but not.
Yeah.
Because the spotlight.
I don't know. I can kind of hear.
He's cutting in, cutting out. There was no better way for us to come back than for it to start this way.
Yeah, it was looking good on the soundboard, and then it wasn't. Are you still cutting in and out, Shawn B?
No.
Nope, not at all.
Testing, test.
This is why we didn't go live.
Maybe a different port, maybe.
Yeah, but I think it might be the cord. That's why I was like, I kind of want to use Kevin's thing. We kind of don't.
Yeah, they always do. Boom.
Can you... no, Shawn B.
No, my God, no.
That's hilarious. I don't fuck with dudes. Well, it looks like we might end up giving it the old hard restart or the power cycle, as they say. We can just put some fuzz and then join back in.
That is very true. Spack that clip. Celebrate.
Shawn B,
Give New Dog, dude. He'll lick it. If I had a nickel for every time I said that one.
You gotta aim higher.
Yeah.
No, I know my worth.
Yeah. Whoa. There we go. Wait, maybe.
Did you put it in all the way?
He's only used to this on Saturday nights.
No.
This is.
No. Yeah. Wait. No. No. Static. No. I don't hear me, dude.
I hear you.
Do you? Oh, wait. What? Oh. No. Yeah. Ah, damn it. Kev, you hear me? You hear me in the headphones?
Yeah.
I think I hear me. Yeah, cool.
Yepers.
Yeah.
Problem fucking solved, dude.
And we're back.
That was real fun. So that's been the episode, guys.
Yeah.
You can find us on Blogspot, Facebook,
Yeah.
at the crib.
Now that's all he's gonna end up contributing, though, right? Yeah.
Shawn B, how do you feel about rape culture?
Yeah.
Did you hashtag me too?
No.
No. Oh man. So did Kevin Spacey ask you for nudes, Shawn B?
Yeah.
Is that what Kevin Spacey was doing?
He
I thought he was touching on boys.
He was, yeah. We'll have to touch back on to Kevin Spacey. I admit I am not up on my
he a
pedophile
Catholic?
Research. I know that he deflected
He looks like a Catholic.
by being like, "Oh, I was drunk, gay, and confused. I didn't know what I was doing."
Is that new Tyga song?
It's it was actually the unpublished
I'm sorry, Drake.
final book by Hunter S. Thompson. Drunk, gay, and confused in Atlantic City.
Such a bullshit excuse, though. You
Yeah.
About like 50% of your life.
I would have almost rather him had said something about peyote. You know, just
The eye contact.
sorry, I was speedballing. You know, give it a real excuse. You know. Like, alcohol is not that excuse.
Cat, put it near your mouth. Right.
This is ridiculous.
This is Shawn
is
trying to teach Kat how to use a microphone here is the most awkwardly, kind of like cuck porn, really. You know, that's the only way I can explain this boner.
No.
Shit. But it wasn't even about him. I think that's what he was trying to do, was turn the conversation.
Obviously. No shit. Like, oh,
Well, yeah.
you raped me. Oh, no, I'm gay. I didn't rape you.
No, I'm gay. No. And see now he's got that easy deflect. You know. Oh well, you can't. You guys just don't understand me. It kind of sounds like a cop out, but it could be true. I don't know what to do. I mean, I will say him being gay makes a lot more of his roles make a little more sense. You know, American Beauty seems just so different now. When you're like, oh, the dude is gay the whole time. It's like this movie's a little.
Wait, Spacey wasn't gay.
Yeah, man, I almost feel like we should just hit the nuclear button on this entire episode.
You didn't know Kevin Spacey was gay?
I'm talking about in American Beauty.
That's what I'm saying him being gay and oh man, I might.
It's
I quit.
Why?
Isn't this the point? We're supposed to have a fucking arc, like, you know, we're not going to see the same.
No, never mind. Can we move on to the next thing? Can we
I
move
am
on
so
to Harvey
lost.
Weinstein?
Spacey, is that why you're a little, like, sensitive?
No, I don't want to say the same thing 3 times and hope to get a different response. So I'm not gonna.
I got you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try to explain what I was saying again.
But so Kevin Spacey touched
Again.
on little boys, and then that was one of the. But this all started because shit was been getting dropped about like all the celebrities, but his was touching on boys. Everything else has been dudes like doing shit to chicks, right? Like using positions of power to like.
Or asking if they can jerk off in the Wendy's parking lot. Well, that's the thing about Louis C.K. Like, how, if you've ever seen anything that dude's ever done, how are you shocked by this? How is this so goddamn appalling? He basically says this kind of stuff on his stand-up, that he would be this kind of guy.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not condoning asking women if you can beat off in front of them. I don't want that to be misconstrued in any way. However, once the woman says yes, I don't see how like all of a sudden that's such like most of the men listening or even in this room that have had significant others have probably asked her to do some weird shit. Well, and he might not be, and that's mainly because you're in a position where you feel comfortable enough to ask her to do that weird shit. Like, hey, can I please try that? Can we please play the back nine? You know, it's my birthday. Well, Louis C.K.'s birthday is being a rich motherfucker. So he's like, hey, I'm rich. Hey, we're kind of cool. I don't want to fuck you. Like, I know you're too pretty for me, because he has that weird neurotic stuff. Like, can I just beat off in the bathroom while, and I'm not saying it's not weird. I'm just saying there are dudes on Craigslist who pay women to take baths in ramen noodles. So, like, there are weird people everywhere. So stop throwing stones. We're all in this glass house just hucking stones at this weird dude who got outed for being weird. Meanwhile, dudes are watching Jamaican fart porn right after they're done typing up 140 tweets about how Louis C.K.'s a pig. And then they're going to go watch, like, incest porn that's been liked by Ted Cruz and be like, oh,
Ted Cruz made
that guy's a pervert. But this is kind of good, though. Like, I didn't even finish it. Phrasing boom.
It's just weird that like they're looking for people and there's already enough people to hate on. Like, why do you have to act like this is the same thing? I hate that it's equating. It never, like, any of that shit didn't seem like a power move because he's not a big producer. I get he's had Louis, which was a really successful TV show, and then he just did this movie, but other than that, he's been a stand-up and then a writer, but you know what I mean? It's not like he was swinging dick to get people roles like the other guys or anything like that, and there's not been like an industry like recognition that that's how you get a role with this dude. It's not like he's like Weinstein, which again, I'm not like condoning what Weinstein did.
Now, he has made some careers. Like, he has put some females on certain shows.
He didn't ask Tig to suck his dick though. She'll even tell you that.
No, but I wouldn't say he's not in a position of power.
But he wasn't using that power. He wasn't saying, because I have this power, if you do this, I'll do this. Right. Like, these chicks ain't famous because of him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And maybe that's why they're mad, because they were like, yeah, if we say yes to this, we're gonna get hooked up later. And they never got their celebrity from letting him do it, so now they're going to get their celebrity from letting him do it by saying...
You think he got ratted on because he didn't hold up his end of the bargain?
Basically, yeah. They were like, if we accept this, we'll get hooked up later. And literally, he was just like, no, that was just a consensual thing back then. Thanks. And they were like, no, it was assault.
Well, let's...
like...
My thing is, how has he not been reported by other people? If he's just at like the fucking Wendy's jacking off in front of these chicks in the parking lot, you got to think somebody pulling up to order.
That's not what he was doing. They won't even say that's what he was doing.
And fucking call the authorities.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a guy out here jacking off. He kind of looks like Louis C.K. I'm not sure.
Instead of teaching like chicks to say no, we're teaching them like you're a victim if you're ever put in a spot. Like that's the culture that we're building now, is that you just shouldn't be asked, and like you don't have to be expected to know how to like say no.
Not necessarily though.
But at the same time, we want to think that they can negotiate the same way in the work environment to get better pay. But you can't even say no to Louis when he's like, "Hey, can I beat off in front of you?"
Yeah,
you're
never. But now you're going to ask your boss for a raise tomorrow.
But have you had someone twice your size with their dick out?
He didn't do that. That's not what he did.
I'm not saying that you did, but you're making generalizations.
Shawn B isn't in a position of power, but for the sake of, we'll go with it. Yeah, go on.
It'd be different if like your head boss comes in and wants like you to do a certain thing. You're probably just gonna do it and suck it up.
If my boss is like, "I'll give you a raise if you eat my ass and my pussy," I'm probably going to.
Exactly.
And I told mine no.
That doesn't mean it's right, but at the time.
If I'm catching a $5 raise, shit. I mean, I'll do it. Man,
yeah, dude. $5 an hour, man. There's gonna be a lot of stuff that I'd do for that.
I don't know.
I'll probably start a banana republic in, some country with a canal for a $5 an hour raise, dude. I'll go pretend to be a communist somewhere.
Why can't there be more female bosses like that? You always hear about the dudes who are like, "Hey, give me a little sucky for
so you want to be sexually harassed. You're upset with the lack of sexual harassment in your life.
No, I feel like
I'm into it. I was just making sure we're clear.
No, I'm upset that like the male thing is promoted more. Like you hear more about that than you do the females. You know, there's chicks out there like Jennifer Aniston and horrible bosses. There's chicks like that in real life who are just straight up creeps and harass people, but you don't hear about that.
But it's also because of our culture. Where, like,
by the definition,
guys are just told to man up and be a man. They're not able to talk about their assault.
I have feelings too, goddammit.
Low key,
I'm not a piece of fucking meat.
A lot of people say guys can't be raped when in fact they can. They can be victims.
I've been raped twice.
But from a young age, guys are taught
not physically.
From culture,
that was last week.
Be objectified. They can't express feelings. They have to man up, toughen up, not cry. They can't talk about it ever. And that's why guys report it far less than girls do.
And that's what happens when you give everyone a fruit cup, even when they get last place.
Like the South Park episode where the...
let a kid lose a baseball game, he might not get raped.
Remember
What?
That in South Park where the hot teachers molesting
Oh, yeah.
and the police are like, nice.
Score. Yeah, nice. Yeah, nice.
But that's how it is for a lot of guys. Like, they don't see that it's an issue.
dude, I was bitching about my manager at a pizza place, like, wanting to fuck and not wanting to. Because her dude was, like, he was on Showtime for fighting UFC. I was like, I'm not really, like, trying to get into this fucking world. Like, it was just complete white trash. Either way, my dudes was like, just fuck her. Just suck it up and fuck her. But the entire place had cameras, and her dude was that dude that was in and out of jail and also on a Showtime fight. Like, but my dudes, that's the fucking... But if it was a chick, they'd be like, oh, you should report it to this, and this agency, and blah, 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 and you'll get paid.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, what am I going to do?
That's the shitty thing.
And then another manager I kind of felt bad for because she had low self-esteem, and she was my manager at Burger King in New Albany. So I just had to kind of, like, roll with it and keep leading her on. Yeah.
We hope you're listening.
Yeah, but I felt bad. Like, I never
no.
But you can't just... You don't want to make working with them awkward and, like, have that hard shutdown, like, in their memory while they're building the schedule.
You mean to tell me you didn't, like, just prop her up on a box full of chicken fries and go to town?
No. Damn. Dude, I couldn't have gotten it up for her. Like, I couldn't have.
Can we start, like, the...
Not with that attitude.
Yeah, there we go.
Homage.
Speaking of homage, I want to get a Broke Dicks Matter t-shirt made so we can start this revolution of, like, no...
Actually broken or, like...
Like poor dudes that have to fuck their manager at Ponderosa to get moved off of the dishwasher and into actually cooking food so they can start a career in a kitchen. But I don't know anything about that at 16 or 17. I have no idea.
Yeah. Hashtag us too.
Yeah. Hashtag fuck your way to the top. Dudes can do it too. Ambitious, yeah. Oh, so this is an interesting story. When I was 16 years old, my first job at a Meijer, I actually was, somewhat, I guess, call it sexually harassed by a 31-year-old. I considered it practice. I was like, cool, yeah, I'll flirt with you, whatever. Like, it doesn't matter to me. These are just tools that I'm sharpening for the future. You don't want to, maybe you don't start by hunting a coyote. You take out a rabbit or a squirrel. You work your way up.
These metaphors. Please not metaphors.
I was trying to dance away from cougars. I was like, where do I go? And I just,
Can
coyote.
you please use a metaphor to explain what the last one meant?
What metaphor
Just
meant?
take this a train of metaphor.
So it's like
metaphor.
there's
I'll edit it.
there's a shell in your hand. No, I don't know. I'm lost now. But yeah, so it happens. It happened to me. It could happen to you, and you should tell people about it. I don't know. I didn't have a problem with. I've never had a problem with being sexually harassed because it has only happened when I was young and was into it. It's like, oh yeah, I'm 17, she's 30. Like, that's dope as fuck, man.
Things affect you a lot differently from person to person.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm not discrediting it at all. That's how I took it. I was in that zone. I was like, yeah, dude, what's up? You find me attractive? Cool. What?
But wouldn't you argue like the way you deal with things is a learned behavior for the most part, unless you're autistic?
Yes, but at the same time, in the workplace, coming from a boss, that shouldn't be normal. Like, I have a lot of friends who, like, their managers hit them up for nudes and got mad at them.
It shouldn't be, but the reality of the fact is you can't make it go away. So you're better served teaching yourself how to deal with it and be prepared for it, because you can't get rid of all the bad people in the world. If that was true, we wouldn't have governments.
No, it doesn't, because you're still teaching them how to say no.
Would you rather just like try to get bad people to not exist and just have a completely helpless society that just cries as they're getting raped? Or would you rather have people that can stop themselves from being raped? No, this is what we do. We walk it all the way to the extreme. That's why we are on the radio.
People with that mentality are the same ones saying there shouldn't be a First Amendment because free speech equals aggressive speech, which is assault. That's the only route you can take, though, in order to appease those people, is to censor speech and what you're allowed to say legally. If you don't add legal repercussions, it's all cultural. And if it's all cultural, the only way you change culture is by changing what happens when you act in a certain way.
There should be a route for them to explain what happened to them and try to get, like,
Facebook.
I don't know, not a conversation. Fuck Facebook.
Instagram.
Fuckface. That's coming soon from Bad Dinner Guests. Our Fuckface coffee table book. And it's just going to be that face you just made. We need cameras so bad. It's just going to be black and white photos.
Every route that book could go. All of them are so bad.
All vinegar strokes. Just black and white, really contrasting pictures of people's vinegar strokes. Or them sneezing. It's like when you sneeze, except it's orgasm.
I love these
it's like that face that you make.
Why? Are you, like, masturbating?
Because your face looks like someone's holding some vinegar under your nose. This is all taken from the league. I need to quote my sources here. It's an FX, the show. So the vinegar strokes. It's the windows to the soul. Like, it's that those 3 seconds in everyone's life when they're actually their true selves and they're just like, oh my god.
But the they're just trying to band together and say it's not okay and that you're not alone in this.
Yeah, and you're not, dude.
What
That's all.
pisses
But
me
also-
off is that they're also saying...
Be strong. You can be strong up in here.
Yeah.
You don't have to. Yeah.
Boy, in the streets.
Right.
It probably makes a lot of people feel a lot better. Like, say some shit happened to you at work and you never talked about it because you were
Why are none of them talking about regretting not saying no? Why isn't that a thing? Why is none of them talking about regretting the fact that they said it was okay?
That's
If
the
they
other.
are so damaged by it, why do they say we wish we wouldn't have said it was okay?
And why does it?
I did read there was a couple of of the chicks. Like the whatever scenario where there was the two chicks at the same time. Like I guess he brought them to the hotel.
Yeah.
They sat on like the hotel bed or whatever. And they still had like their winter coats on, mitts and...
Dude, this is a scene from American
I
Psycho.
don't believe their story.
And he like legit just like walked up and was like, hey, can I masturbate? And they didn't say anything. He just pulled his pants down and started stroking it while they still had their, North...
I don't believe their story at all. It's too... like...
So
you're telling me you got in the motel room, you didn't make it to getting your jackets off, you were just standing there, he's like, hey, can I beat off in front of you? And before you answered, he just was getting undressed. And at no point you walked out of the motel room?
Quote unquote, they were paralyzed.
What? Yeah, that's
fear.
Yes.
Fear of what?
See, and that's
Louis going to chase you down.
But you guys have never been in that situation where someone bigger than you does something like that. You literally like freeze with fear. Like you know it's not right.
I mean, I've had my ass
You're right,
beat
I've never
by
been
people. There. Yeah,
that's why I can't empathize, because I don't see why you would say you were frozen by fear without any...
Because you can be. Even
So what about at what point is one held responsible for their own actions? Because you had
Everything
every
was
opportunity to not go in there. Why are you going into a rich, stop being, why would you walk into a rich dude's hotel room and not expect that he's going to be asking you to do some weird shit? Avoid the situation. Oh, I'm not going to blame him either, but...
if it was completely voluntary, there was no force in getting them to the motel room.
Where's the phone call right after it happened? Yo, this dude just whipped his dick out and tried to beat off in front of me. You're so scared you can't call the cops?
You have your witness.
What are the cops there for,
The
then?
entire comedy community.
And they should honestly, they should appreciate this. Because if you've seen these chicks, they're fucking smacked. I'm sure
That's the kind of take you can only get here. Please continue.
I'm sure they don't get to see that many dicks. And to see a famous dick as such as Louis C.K.'s, they should kind of appreciate that.
I do not agree with that at all, but I love that you said it. Because now we'll have another reason to be banned in several countries. For those of you keeping score, about half of our YouTube videos are banned.
We actually got banned in the country.
We are banned. Most of our video log is banned. They don't tell me what countries, but yeah, most of our YouTube channel is banned in at least one
The
country.
thing I don't understand,
Probably North Korea.
If you have the type of
Probably
fame and success
China.
that Louis C.K. has, why are you picking the fuglies to jack off in front of? You think you would pick some bad bitches? I'm like, hey, come on, look at my dick real quick. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't do that. He picks these field hockey moms. He doesn't even pick soccer moms. They're fucking field hockey moms. And he's like, hey, I'm about to jack it now, and boom. And they're like, okay, cool. And then, now all of a sudden, a year or two later, this is a problem. That's what happens when you beat off in front of fuglies, dude. If you got money, you take advantage of having money, man. I'm not going to be jacking off in front of fucking, Melissa McCarthy.
For the record,
I have money that I could jack off in front of fucking, Ivanka Trump or something.
Are they admitting they did it as a career move? Is that what they're admitting to me? Because that's what it seems like they're admitting. Is they thought, this is a guy in the industry. I don't think they thought they would ruin it. He would ruin them for not doing it. They didn't have a fucking career. It was literally, to me, the reason them saying we did it we're afraid of our careers and all that other horse shit is because to them it was a career move. They didn't get paid. Well, this is a way now that all this shit's in the media. Oh, now we can bring it up and actually get in some fucking media highlights because actually letting this dude do this didn't do it for us. I just think to him, Shawn saying they were a fugly, I think to him he was cool enough with them he thought it'd be okay. To them,
they was homies and shit.
The entire time they were homies with him, it was for the career. And then they let him do this. They thought, oh, this is our come up, and it was just Louis' come up.
Puns.
And now they're fucking salty about it because they didn't have a fucking career to be ruined.
Pun too.
They didn't have a career to be blackballed in. And Louis doesn't control anything, really.
I love how you just call him Louis like you know him since the third grade.
What? I'm sorry, Louis C.K. or Mr. C.K. What the fuck am I supposed to call him?
As soon as you masturbate in front of other people, then you're known by the world. And we are learning this lesson all together. This is kind of the way the people in 1917 must have felt when they saw Modern War for the first time. They're like, oh my God, do people masturbate? Like, what? Aim higher. That's my thing. Is like
aim high, Willis.
He's just out here like who just beats off in front of people. That's the part that gets me over all this because I don't know that I necessarily believe any of this stuff.
There was no penetration. It wasn't like, hey, can I come all over?
I only
like,
masturbate when there are no women in my life present that can take care of that for me. So why, if I can get into a room with a woman, maybe just like buy her some drinks first or something instead of being like, oh, hey, can I just like jack off in front of you? I know I'm a creep, but it's like maybe have a little self-confidence and you might not have to just masturbate in front of women because also like you're a millionaire, dude. Like just stop being such a vagina.
So you're blaming Louis?
I'm blaming Louis. Well, of course. I mean, he's beating off in front of people and he's not paying them. Just fucking pay him. You know what would have gotten rid of all of this? Hire a goddamn prostitute to beat off in front of.
That's
Jesus Christ.
And
simple.
That's the thing.
Be
that's
Charlie
why I'm not
Sheen.
okay with
How
the way
fucking
he went
stupid
about
are
it
you?
still, even though I think
Louis.
it was voluntary and them acting like they were victims of shitty. I think the
Just
way he
pay.
acted was shitty.
Just pay.
Because I don't really think it's okay to just put pedestrians in that like spot.
A wise
I still don't
man.
think it's like cool.
Oh.
Just put it online. Look like you're looking for somebody to do this in front of.
Yeah,
that kind
call
of shit.
Bang Bros, dude. Call Bang Bros and say, "Can I stand off set and just beat off? I'm famous."
Yeah.
These chicks clearly don't care about people beating off to them while they have sex. Go do that.
Yeah, and then when I die, you can sell like the footage of my like cum shot.
Get on fucking Ashley Madison or whatever the new get on goddamn Tinder.
Yeah, I don't.
There's probably gonna be a chick on Tinder that will let you beat off in front of her.
I don't think there were victims
I wonder
of
if there's
anything.
like a private Tinder for celebrities.
Get a webcam. Go find it. Go find a cam
I think
girl.
it's called clubs and like money.
Yeah, but
like free time.
Yeah.
Eyes wide shut.
Yeah.
Decoded. But this whole a wise man once told me, you don't pay a prostitute for the sex, you pay her to leave afterwards. So this is
it's funny because I pay to keep them. It costs more.
Yeah, see, it's crazy.
I'm going to argue with that wise man.
To each his own.
Because you don't pay them to leave. You're literally paying them for the time they stayed.
That's, that's why,
I wouldn't call that man a wise man.
When you just peel
the... clearly wrong.
When you try to find reason in a one-liner, this is where you get. But the idea being, if you want to get away with masturbating in front of women, pay someone that's in that industry. Yeah. All right? Don't be out here risking it, man, because people are thirsty. They're hungry like the wolf out here.
But
you
I think
cannot
they only
trust
accepted
these
it because
people.
they were thirsty.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
I don't think he thought they were thirsty. I think genuinely he thought, oh, these chicks is chill as fuck. They're going to let me do this and keep their mouth shut because we're chill friends.
So, like, for instance, and now this is not my own opinion. I actually received this opinion from a female who I was hearing. Yes, no, yeah. Also, yes. I was having a conversation with an older female about this whole Harvey Weinstein thing, and I had mentioned, I don't know. Next question. So I was talking about the whole Harvey Weinstein thing, and I was saying, Rose McGowan and the other, I can't remember the other actress, but I was like, well, what about these two actors? Because her whole point of view was, if you waited 15 years and came out now, then you're just doing it for the money. And I said, well, what about like the former actresses? But then I thought about Rose McGowan, and she had those weird, like, she had that car accident, and she's had that bad luck with the plastic surgery, and so you haven't seen her. There's a reason you haven't seen her in movies anymore, and it's because she doesn't look like Rose McGowan anymore, and that's unfortunate for her. But so she kind of countered that right away. She's like, well, it's not any relevant actresses that are coming out and saying this now, is there? And so she had this whole sort of like vendetta against the women, which is not, in 2017, a perspective I ever expect to hear. Especially from a woman that I kind of consider to be closer to a hippie than anything else. And so for her to be on attack at these women saying like they're probably full of shit, or why come out now? And I just, what do you guys, like, does that, because to me, it makes my sensors go off as far as, like, this might be a lie. But I don't necessarily judge anyone for when they choose to come out unless it's, because there's two sides of it. You could be like, all right, you're money hungry, or you could be like, well, it took someone else to do it for you to have the balls to do it, because you just didn't have balls.
It depends person to person.
It depends on the allegations to me.
And also, like, a lot of people aren't comfortable coming out with someone who's stronger than them.
Yeah, that's Kevin Spacey, yeah.
Unless you like a bunch of people rallying behind you.
Yeah.
Saying like, yeah, this happened to me too. You know, like it wasn't just you. You're not alone.
Let's
For what everybody would recognize as rape, except maybe the most Arab of Arabs. Like,
God.
I think we would agree there is a chance that it would take a while
It will take
for
a while,
you to be able to talk about it.
But it starts
For Louis C.K. beating off in front of you, I don't think you need 15 years to put together the traumatic experience that occurred. If you were followed,
But like, have you
stalked,
seen Harvey Weinstein?
that kind of shit, it's different. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, for the
You
rape
think that took
allegations, I think it
15
can
years
take
to
a while.
process. I feel like
And
if
you still need to feel like it's your moment to talk about it. That it's okay to talk about it, because a lot of the reason people don't talk about it is because they feel like it's gonna make other people, like it's gonna change other people's shit, you know. But so I can kind of get that for the most traumatic of shit, but for this little petty shit, yeah, it does seem like it's a career move more so.
Now I kinda-
like he just started beating off in front of them. He asked if it was okay.
Yeah.
They had every
That's
opportunity
what-
to say no.
And
But it
every
takes
chick
time to
I've
deal
ever
with
met will
trauma.
tell you that there's nothing more attractive to them than you asking for permission. They always say, yeah. Oh, exactly. Yeah. Is it? Can we have sex now? Is that okay?
Is it cool?
Do you like it?
That would just make
Is
me
this
a lot
good?
more
Yeah.
comfortable, you know?
That's what I'm saying is every time you close that bedroom door now, you are potentially, as a man, walking into a rape charge.
Yeah.
Because at this point, you almost need a consent waiver to be like, is it cool if we fuck? Like, initial here for condom, initial here for anal, initial here for oral. Like, Dave Chappelle hit that shit on the spot. Predictive programming, man. He was on it like 6 years in advance. Like, this is what's going to happen.
But also, not to sound dumb, it kind of comes with the territory.
That's
If
remind me
you're
when
gonna
he-
start fucking a bunch of people, you gotta get your shit straight before you start doing it.
When he threw
All
the-
that is true.
When he threw
Yeah.
the condom in the trash can, Kobe.
Kobe. Yes, but again, it's like there are dudes out there that have been at a bar and have gotten pulled into a bathroom by a chick that's trying to fool around. But you can get, if she wakes up tomorrow and forgets about it, like, you're a rapist now. It's that easy for you to be a rapist now.
It really is. Dude.
And I'm not, and it's tough because anytime you speak these kind of opinions, all of a sudden it's like, oh, you're pro rape culture, oh, you're victim shaming, and I'm like, no, but just understand, it's tough out here for an honest dude who doesn't want to rape people. Also,
Right.
it's not. We're out here avoiding landmines too, and it's apples to oranges, but it's a weird pickle. No one wants to talk about these uncomfortable things, and somewhere somebody will take a clip of a soundbite of some of the things we've said, and without the context, and we'll be just bigots, which I'm fine with it. It's whatever.
But it's also because no one really listens to guys. Not even like listens to them. It's like they don't report it as much. And they're told that like a lot of people believe that guys can't be raped, which is completely false.
Oh yeah, because we definitely can't get blacked out drunk. You know, yeah. I mean, how many dudes have woken up
And like when they
to a wet
girls,
dream?
they
Like,
refer
dudes
to
can
each other.
easily get boned up and not be aware that they're boned up. So I don't want to be out here and, you know, anybody out here saying dudes can't get raped. Absolutely, it could happen. It could happen.
Boned up.
You know what I'm saying? You could have, you know what I'm saying? Recipes. Ever since Leahy died, man, I've just been channeling J-Rock because someone has to do it. Because that guy, he's a used to be somebody nominee right there.
They know the noun census.
So
Do you take the nom census?
Do you believe dudes can be raped, yes or no?
Yeah, for sure.
Shawn B, I have a question for you. If you get you some Harvey Weinstein power,
Sean,
what you gonna do on the casting couch for the music videos, dude?
You know, he was getting away with it.
why is that a question?
Depending on my marital status.
Because this is
Can
real
dudes
talk,
be
man.
raped?
I'm trying.
Like,
We were discussing
yeah.
while you were-
Have you not seen American History X? I get he was naked in the shower. He was asking for it.
According to some stats, that's actually the most
Yeah, it's not
rape there
talked
is in the
about
whole world.
because
No, you
it's
guys
men.
don't want to talk about dudes
Yeah.
getting raped in the ass, but
Men
that's the
get
number
raped more than
one
women
rape in America.
some-
More
yeah.
dudes are getting raped in the ass than ladies getting raped in
But they're
any
not allowed to
orifice.
Talk about it, you know?
Yeah.
Like whenever they talk about it, they're like, "Oh, you've seen a pussy." Like, shut up. Don't talk about it.
It's my ass.
Probably
It's
liked
my
it.
life.
It's true.
Yeah.
I want to talk about it.
You probably liked it, Kevin Spacey.
Exactly, and it's
Fucking
fucked.
fag.
It's fucked on both sides.
I know you take those 40-minute showers. My shampoo bottle's always in the wrong place. Huh?
It's got
No,
poo
it's, it's got it's got poo on it.
Telling him, let's not take it.
Yeah.
Who's filming who in the shower?
No.
What?
What?
You were saying that you take too
I was
long in
making
the
a joke
shower.
about
Oh, yeah.
a rape shower
And now that
this
you
morning.
bring it up.
Oh yeah, I do take the occasion. Yeah, the occasion. Yeah, we can't even tell that joke anymore. You can't say that out loud. He's like, yeah, Kev took another rape shower this morning. He says that because I take 40-minute showers and I lay in the tub and cry like a girl. What?
Why did this happen to me?
It was mainly prevalent when I worked for the bank.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was,
Yeah.
dude. I took so many quote unquote rape showers working for the bank.
So many times at Clay's, I had to like piss in a cup. Like it was bad, man.
Where?
No, it was,
I hope he doesn't listen to this episode.
it was my cup. It would be like.
He's just like,
But you
were you like in my
your own
kitchen
cup?
pissing in cups? Yeah, just what?
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
so you staying
You gotta
so
go.
long?
You gotta go.
No, it was me. Yeah, it was.
Why not
I.
just go outside? Why piss in the cup?
Because if you get caught taking.
Because Sean already isn't allowed within 100
Yeah.
yards of the school.
Exactly, because if you as a dude get caught pissing in a bush, they send postcards every time you
Why are
move.
women so sensitive? Why is seeing a dick that traumatic? You see your dog's dick, it doesn't do anything to you.
Right, you see your dog lick his own dick.
And some like,
But if you see a
I'm not
dirty dick, it's
arguing
usually
that kids need
traumatic.
to see dicks, but why are we telling them that it's
I'm
traumatic
glad
to
you
see a dude pee?
clarified that. That is
There's
good.
also girls
That's
that-
all I'm saying.
Girls get
Like-
dirty looks when they piss everywhere. My guy friends would make fun of me. They're like, "Oh, haha, you can't pee right now because you're a girl."
I've had
You know?
baldable female friends piss in the middle of the street.
I,
while
as a
laughing out loud.
as a prerequisite, I will only date a woman if she's willing to urinate in public. Usually on our first date, I'll try to get her to pee in between two parked cars. Because if she's not, then we're not. We just can't roll like
You
that.
ain't down.
No connection.
Yeah, it just
And
I'm
it's
not
fair,
vibing with
because
that.
But girls in general get weird looks or pee in places where guys could just pee anywhere.
Well, if as long as no one sees you,
Still.
at least not in the city. You gotta be careful out here in the city. That's the problem. We need some elbow room. Get out of the cities.
Dude, I saw the neighbor peeing out of his window.
We're still too close, but yeah, you know, if he lived 15, if there was 15 feet
Hashtag me
between
too.
5, yeah. See, we struggle out here. It's tough as the streets out here. It's like why can't Shawn B walk over and give the dude a cup?
Here's the thing, he should have peed in his mouth, Cap. He was asleep. That doesn't mean...
beforehand. Written evidence.
I have the
Signature.
documents. I have the
Cat,
doc-
I have the documents.
Calix
Username.
Jones. Oh.
Fucking Christ. Didn't you guys have some sports stuff to talk about? I need to
Exposing the Bohemian Grove. The pee on him grove. If you need to take a cigarette break, we can do our sports talk. And now I will smoothly. It says here in my notes, smoothly segue into sports talk. Is that? Did I do that right?
You should use metaphors.
You can hate on my metaphors all you want.
I love when you use a metaphor to explain a metaphor.
Yeah.
I just need it to go complete inception. And
Oh.
using as many metaphors as possible.
Yes.
And then get it to the last one, explaining the first and all
One time.
metaphors.
It's like a circle inside a circle
You're done
metaphor.
fun, okay.
of metaphor. Yeah. Then I just did it again. Holy shit. Am I autistic? Is that? I don't know how it works. Other than, in some circles believe Bill Gates gave it to you via vaccine, but
Hey.
I don't know about all that. So,
Yeah.
smooth segue here. We're on Off the Bandwagon. Today, Shawn B and I are doing a one topic only, and it is called, I changed it a little bit here, dude. I hope you're okay with this. Today's Off the Bandwagon is titled Leave Lonzo Alone. The Triple L brand. You know, Shawn B, you want to just, for anybody who hasn't, because I know you've experienced a little more of it. You heard my rant, and I will get to Mr. S.A. here in a moment, but you want to kind of fill the people on what the word on the streets is about LeVar's oldest son.
Well, the word is on the streets is that Zoe is a bust.
Yeah.
He's not
Yeah.
aggressive enough. He should be sent to the G League, formerly known as the D League in the NBA. Word is that he would be able to gain his confidence back if he was playing against a bunch of scrubs. And he would feel like a baller again, and he may be able to come back and actually do something. That's the word. I will tell you what I think about all this after Kev.
I just want to jump in for a moment and then because I feel like we're just going to go back and forth basically on the same team here. The idea, because here's the point we'll both agree on right away. It's been 15 games. Everybody shut up. All right. Kid's 19 or something. So that's the one we both agree on.
He's not old enough to drink yet, legally.
Yeah. He still has acne, dudes. Like, and he's out here trying to carry the Los Angeles Lakers. Like, calm down. And the follow-up, the idea that taking the number 2 overall draft pick and sending him to the minor leagues 15 games in, and that somehow is going to do something positive for his confidence, is to me how, if that's your logic as a front office, that's how you got here in the first place. Like, this is why you suck right now. So, what else do you have as far as?
Well, there's a lot of people talking about, whenever the argument brought up, like, it's only 15 games so far. You have those people who are like, well, look at Dennis Smith Jr., look at Jason Tatum, look at all these other rookies.
And I say they shut their blinds.
Look at all these other rookies who are outperforming Lonzo. Yeah, it's like, okay, well, you also got to take into consideration a lot of those teams that these rookies are playing for one, are small market teams. There's not near as much pressure that Lonzo has. Not even just from outside media and whatnot. Like his dad. Like, look what his dad does. Like,
yeah.
All this extra pressure put on Lonzo is not helping his cause. And I'm not saying that's an excuse, but it's like, dude, he's still learning the ropes.
Yeah,
man.
let him
like
figure it out.
Yeah, I feel like he'll be good, but as time goes on, he'll get to where he needs to be. But I mean, not everyone comes in and makes an impact right away, man. Like you said, he's playing for arguably probably the largest market team in the NBA.
Yeah.
LA is a big fucking market, man. That's a big crowd to please. He's got all of Hollywood watching his games. Like, he needs, he's a lot of pressure, man.
Yeah,
like,
and he's got his little brothers in the middle of a freaking government psyop to convince us that China's some German boogeyman circa 1917. So how would you feel?
What the fuck was that?
How would you feel if you thought your little brother was going to Chinese jail for 10 years?
What the fuck was that?
He stole a cookie from a hotel or something.
What was it they stole?
Some cookies.
Some cookies from a hotel
in China.
And now the media's convincing us that China's going to hang him for it.
Oh, they're already home.
Yeah, they did make it back. But still,
yeah.
There's still looming circumstance.
Nothing to see.
I want to
here.
hear that phone call.
Like, why is that prevalent news? And why is Trump asking?
Because it helps make China. It gave everyone 2 days to talk about how terrible the Chinese government is and how terrible their legal system is and how there's a 99.2%. And you got to say it to all those simpletons that listen to Stephen A. Smith. And now they have a little stat. They have all. 99%. You guys hear about how bad things are in China? All they normally can tell you is how many passing yards Alex Smith had last Sunday. But now all of a sudden they know that China's some great big awful boogeyman. That's my opinion of it. Here's an opportunity
to bash China. Here's
an opportunity for us to jump on that when it could have been easily a misunderstanding. 50 years ago, when we didn't have the 24-hour news network, we wouldn't have even heard about it. We wouldn't have had time. It would have been passed out of the news.
But you could say that about any other news story.
Yeah,
but that is exactly. That's my point exactly.
If we didn't hear about it, would they still be sitting at home right now?
No.
Maybe it's not so bad. Maybe we're acknowledging that China's legal system is shitty as fuck, and it's kind of nice that they talked about it because these dudes are home instead of rotting in a jail for.
Yeah, but they did blow it out of proportion, man. Like, it was made a bigger deal.
Here's the thing, though.
You took 2 fortune cookies, bro.
I get it. That's what I'm saying.
That's a myth. Chinese people don't even have fortune cookies. We made that up.
Oh, for real?
More propaganda,
that's
dude.
Fucked up, dude.
That's American as fuck, dude.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
We're out here just lying about everything.
Yeah,
dude.
no, I don't know that it's necessarily a bad thing that it covered so heavy. I was just asking, like, what happened that they were even in that situation. Did they actually steal something from a merchant?
That actually upsets me, for real.
Yeah.
If that's an American-made thing, why can't they make a better fucking cookie? That's terrible, man.
Racism.
That's nuts.
To make us believe that we're better to make us
Please come into
subconsciously.
the restaurant that I work at, and at the end of the service, like, eat that cookie. That's not a cookie, it's a lie, and just smash it on the fucking table and walk out.
Just go off.
It's a grand conspiracy to subconsciously convince lower class white people that they are better than Asians.
But same with all the fried shit. Like, you think they deep fry everything in China? Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I mean,
I love you, Kevin.
They do.
But yeah, that's fucking nuts.
Have you ever heard of gutter oil?
No. out. It sounds gross.
I'm gonna Google it, but like literally is what it sounds like. They'll like reuse oil out of like drains because you know how it rises to the top. They'll use that to like cooking and shit.
And
that
also,
like the
what
Native
part of the
Americans
duck does the
use
sauce
it?
come out of?
That's-
Yes. I've been confused
it's
about
a
that for
lie.
years.
When a mom duck and a dad duck.
Like, is Louis
Yeah.
C.K. out? Is there like some Louis C.K. of ducks? It's like, can I jerk off to your Chinese food?
But like, regardless of that, why is Trump asking for them to say thank you? You know, like he's just like expecting praise for something he should be expecting.
Who's he asking people to say thank you?
He
Who's-
said in a tweet, he was like, I'm waiting for these 3 people to say thank you for what I did. And I held them out so much, like publicly asking them to thank him.
Wow, that's
Whereas any other president would not do that because it's their fucking job to do that. They're not expecting.
see, and that's you had me until you said every other president wouldn't do it, and they've all had PR teams.
Right,
They
well,
wouldn't do it
better, like,
themselves,
they do now.
but
Here-
yeah, he's just a little more
anyways.
ham-fisted.
I think Trump's call with China is a highlight of his presidency that we'll never hear because if it literally is stealing cookies from the fucking motel, can you imagine Trump's mentality when he's like, I can't fucking believe I have to call these motherfuckers. I cannot believe this is why I'm calling these motherfuckers. Trade deals, everything else going on. I have to call these motherfuckers for some cookies. Whoever
right.
he called, I promise you he chewed out and threatened nuclear war against. I promise you. Like, that had to be the most, like, his cock was out in the room.
But it'd be funny as any other person, but the fucking president.
How mad would you be?
But
You
the
literally have to
president,
take
he needs
time
be
out of
able
your
to
day.
Keep his calm, you know. That's why we elected him. We feel
That's
like
why I don't think
anyone can go
Obama would have
crazy.
had them home as quick. I really don't. I don't think Obama would have had them home nearly as quick.
I have 2 words for you:
What?
predator drones.
I think he would have been
think
like,
I-
now,
think
I
I'm
think he would
joking.
have addressed the
Think I'm
like the
joking.
public before he even called
He
him.
would have
Now is the
addressed
time for
them
calm.
personally with the
We need to let the Chinese sort this out
He would
and
have
see
said,
what they do.
So apparently, we accidentally sent some predator drones into a Chinese wedding, and we killed about 70 Chinese people. And they're the bad guys. May I remind you that they are the bad guys, ladies and gentlemen.
Low key, I really think he would have like started
Also-
talking negotiation from like the beginning. And
Oh,
Trump
yeah,
was
dude,
probably
he's
like,
one of the-
I'm gonna
he's-
lock up dignitaries tomorrow.
Yeah, he won a he won a Nobel Peace Prize.
Like, please
He's
do
the,
not waste
the
my
greatest human being of all time. Our savior God Obama, in his every single day of his life as a
Meanwhile,
president
more
being at
drone
war.
strikes than any of Bush.
The only bigger joke
less
as a
Americans
Nobel
killed.
Peace Prize was fucking Teddy Roosevelt winning the Nobel Peace Prize.
I wonder who has
Sorry,
more.
civilians killed than-
I wonder who's had more lingerie printed with their name on it, Trump or Obama? Because I've seen a lot of Trump rump panties come through. A lot of like undergarments that have like Trump related stuff on. It's like, are you serious? I wouldn't even want to fuck you. Like,
Can we all
take your
agree
pants
that
off and you
Republican
have some
women
panties
are hotter per capita
that say
than
like
Democrat
Trump
women?
rump.
And better
Yeah,
in
Penny
bed.
was Trump.
Hands
I'll
down.
disagree with that.
Yeah.
Hands down. To me, my opinion
crazy.
has been the right. Their women are just better. In
Better
bed.
looking, worse in bed.
Better in bed for me.
Had different results.
They're the more that's that preacher's daughter kind of thing.
I
That's
stand.
that.
I stand on the whole pussy is pussy ground. I don't care if it's right, left, middle,
Breathing
up,
Yeah.
down,
warm,
whatever.
Cheese.
Dead, alive.
dry, a bologna sandwich. It's,
Yeah, wheelchair, nursing home. It don't matter.
you
Pussy's
know,
pussy.
banana peel from the microwave yes, with a rubber band.
Ray from Cell Block D.
Bubba,
That's not pussy.
that that back.
Went too far there, Kevin.
Oh yeah, I went too far.
That Budweiser can
Classic.
from middle school. I don't even remember
In
what we were
between
talking
the
about,
two
but
couch
Trump's
cushions.
problem.
Bologna sandwich.
Bologna sandwiches. Well, we ended up with a great. It's gonna be interesting for me to go back and find out when to end that off the bandwagon episode, because that really got away
It
from
did
us.
take a turn in it. Wait.
But that's why
Colin
I love
about
Kaepernick
it.
being the man of the year, we can maybe just keep rolling with it.
Colin.
What do you guys think of that?
I thought he looked really nice on the GQ cover.
Yeah, I thought it was a good picture, to be honest. That's one of the first thoughts I had.
It went along with my idea of this is all just a TV show for us
I'd
to watch.
never heard of GQ magazine until that.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
So good for them. But are you guys mad? Like, as it's not a sports magazine. Like,
Well, it's
I don't know what you
Gentleman's
expect,
Quarterly,
but
dude.
oh,
I did not. Every day's a school day, dude. That's awesome. I did not know that.
So, as a fan of GQ, what'd you think, Shawn B?
You said subscriber wrong.
I wasn't a fan of it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think it's messed up what they did to Kaepernick. But to make a man of the year, and I've recently found out some more information that kind of has me torn on my previous stance. The fact that he's actually could have had a couple jobs, and the fact that he's like done things, but no, to purposely mess those opportunities up to make it look like he's being blackballed, kind of made me lose a little respect for him. But as far as the movement he started, I'm not mad at him.
And doing things like, being a pillar of free speech and then wearing a T-shirt with Castro on it. Like,
Misguided.
He's just like...
Misguided for sure.
Figure out... You that dude that don't know what dude he is.
Well...
Okay? That's who you are, and also this is all just for show. Yeah, I feel the same way I feel about Trump.
To me,
it's all reality TV, just nothing to see here, go back to sleep.
For better or worse,
while we rape, pillage, and murder everyone
this
and everything.
Last year, has he...
For an outdated energy
as far
resource.
As political messages, everything he's done, has it helped or hurt society more? If you had to judge everything this man has done, has he been a better for society or worse for society? Like, if you look at everything, you... Because that's what I had to look at to be like, if I agree with this decision.
Did it help us? I mean,
he's donated all the money from the money he's made doing this shit. So if he has an end game, he's really stupid because he's about to run out of time to make the cash off doing this shit, or he's really got heart in it, and that's why I can forgive the T-shirt thing. Because, again, he's trying to spread this message.
Oh, the T-shirt thing
That's a guy, like, if he hasn't read these books, if he hasn't looked into that side of it, that's not surprising. He's talking about the ghetto fight. He's wearing fucking pig socks, not revolutionary socks.
People get mad when black people, like, Black Lives Matter and all that bullshit protesting, they get mad about it, but they freak the fuck out when someone takes a knee and takes, like, a peaceful protest. So no matter what the fuck they do, they're always going to have a backlash to it.
I like that he took a Republican pastime and turned it into a talking point for free speech, which is a Republican talking point in itself, but threw it on its face.
Good,
we can all agree he probably wouldn't be on the field too much anyway. But at the same time, he literally got to take these people's own game, and the entire sport is now following his lead. And because he left it as an ambiguous message behind taking the knee, anybody can take it where they want.
Good, because look at the people who fucking watch the NFL who get drunk as fuck on Sundays and curse out their fucking TVs.
But are you guys cussing out Kevin or Shawn? Like, I don't know. I was against him being the person of the year for them. And again, it doesn't really mean he's my person of the year. # not my person of the year. But I'm not really. I don't think it was. Who would you guys have? Who else?
As man of the year?
Yeah. If it's not Kaepernick, right now, who would it be? And it doesn't have to be sports related because that's not what the magazine is. But
I have to go last.
Yeah, I didn't have another one, so I was like, okay. You know, he's done more good money-wise.
Louis C.K.
All right, so I have a real blowhard. You can fast forward the next 45 seconds answer of ideas like the man of the year are exactly what the hell is wrong with us, because when you tribalize everything and everything's a goddamn pecking order and when someone always has to be at the top, it's just a way to kick your neighbor, and at least I'm not at the bottom because I'm better than this piece of shit over here and this piece of shit over there. There should be no man of the year. Why? How is it to say that there is a best person? There's 8 billion or however many.
But if you're showing
mouth breathers running around out here, how can you say one's the best out of all of them? And what kind of bullshit is that?
Society dictates what a man should act like to an extent.
Exactly, but
we can agree.
So what the?
We want to show people what to highlight in being a man. Would you want to do what he's doing or what somebody else is doing? That's
I want to do what Kevin wants to do.
But
I don't give a fuck
model
what any of these dumbasses out here want to do.
You don't model yourself after like
don't
anybody.
Don't bullshit me.
Studio audience yelling at Kevin.
Yeah, don't fucking bullshit me.
He's like, I'll kick you out of the studio.
You better come to the rim harder than that.
Yeah. But no, that's what I was like.
Say it with your chest.
I agree, and that's why I was saying it's not really like, it's not we picked a man of the year. This is who they're telling us their man of the year is. But if you're going to give us somebody that you think we should model ourselves after, just the same way I'd give my son somebody to model themselves after, better than myself.
Who would it be?
I don't know right now. I don't
exactly,
have a son, luckily.
None of them are real.
But that's why we fictionalize characters. Like,
is it
people
JFK who stuffed ballots? Is it JFK? You know, is it the guy who cheated to win the election?
Yeah.
Is it Abe Lincoln?
But that brings up a good point.
He was the greatest
Nobody's perfect.
man ever. Yeah.
So it's really hard to pick somebody to And that's
so why stop putting people on pedestals? Maybe that's the answer. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Stop putting people on pedestals.
Instead, we should have like the virtue of the year.
No,
Charity.
Just
a picture of
tend
like
to
some
your
bitch
own
named Charity.
garden. You know, that's to me. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's fair.
Everybody's out here looking for Everybody's out here waiting for Jesus to come back. Well, fucking just go do something.
But that's
Go
what
take
the
care of
media
you.
wants you to expect. Not every fucking person pays-
But what
pays
Kaepernick
attention-
did was he
pays
got people to
attention
go do
shit.
something, and he gave them an easy route to start a conversation.
He gave him a distraction because there was $3
Well.
trillion missing.
That's an argument too. And they're like,
He
yo,
gave
you
them-
got an afro and you affluent. I just picture them shouting Jesse Jackson.
But that's announced
Yeah, we
again.
just got pulled off Alabama.
The
actually.
Reverend.
But I don't know. I wasn't a Kaepernick fan until he got named Man of the Year by GQ, and then I was like, overall this year, I haven't had anybody else that sticks out to me as somebody that's been like making moves in the right direction and successfully.
That's because the only news stories you hear are the divisive ones.
Yeah, that's true. But right now, we need divisive change.
I don't know anyone who like bases their life based on the GQ Man of the Year.
But you know, a lot of people who base their life off of the dumb shit they see on CNN and Fox, or I mean, in general, we all
Here's
do.
the thing. Kids in school do. Kids in school now have a reason to be anti-authority and a role model to point to that's famous while doing it. Kids at school now cannot say the pledge, and when they're like, you'll never be successful with this mentality, you're anti-authoritarian, they can be like, no, look at this dude making millions of dollars that won't say the Pledge of Allegiance. I don't think it affects us that are in our 20s in the real world. I think it gives kids that role model, that fucking character. And I kind of like that as a man of the children.
Man, fuck them kids.
But no, that's what I like. It literally it gives you what's the
Classic Hitler
word?
move right
what's
there.
the
Just tell them it's for the children. They'll do whatever you say if you promise their children will be
influences
saved.
the way. Well, you're formed into a mentality based on what you find your way to fit through those little things, and it sticks with you for a long time. I'm not saying you can't change later in your life, but it gives them somebody to point to as affirmation that they're on a track that isn't necessarily.
You can say that about literally anyone in the entire world.
No, you couldn't.
Yes, you could.
Maybe.
Any superstar, any musician, yes, you fucking could.
Yeah, you're right. But
And they all
shit.
masturbate in public too. It's so weird.
Shut up.
I just
I don't
looked
know.
up and saw Martin.
You know,
Goofy ass.
we all need role models.
I don't know why that just caught me off guard as fuck.
This Martin Lawrence is always looking out.
It's just like, why is he smiling like that right now?
See, like somebody was probably trying to rape him. Remember, he's running around the streets with a gun saying they are trying to kill me. Somebody tried to put it in his bum too, man.
Jesus
Look at that
Christ.
face. That is a face you want to rape. I mean, Martin Lawrence was a stand-up dude.
They
man.
made
I
him
love
wear a
that shit.
dress, dude. That's
That's fucked
sad,
up. Look at
man.
them dreads, dude.
Why they always out here making black dudes wear dresses?
Have you been to jail?
They're out raping
Yes.
little boys and girls, emasculating
good?
men.
Oh, you have? I didn't
Hollywood's
know.
just the greatest.
Yeah.
What'd you go to jail for? I thought
We,
you said you raped him. You just said.
No, I said, who would
said
rape
what-
Martin
who
Lawrence?
wants to
Oh, I
rape?
thought
We
you-
skimmed
I
the
thought you
first
said
two
who
notes, I
would
feel
rape
like.
him. Okay.
Well, we have
I would
those.
never rape another
we have
man.
a couple of
Cat?
late night
I
tips
like
that we
vagina.
need to get to, which is
I
a
like
great.
when it's consensual.
Sean B, some
Yes.
late night advice to wrap us up, please, sir.
You were talking about some some very late night tippian topics over there, which reminded me that we still need to get to our questions before we wrap up. Yep, always. Hashtag pullout for the win.
So,
So now it's time for late night tips with
So-
Shawn B and Kev E.
so our number one fan, Chastity,
Shouts out,
asked us in the Bad Dinner Guest group on Facebook.
which you can find at Bad Dinner Guest Group. Actually, I wouldn't hit the at symbol. I would just type Bad Dinner Guests into Facebook.
Yes, and you can join. I don't believe we have any restrictions on it, so add yourself. Come join the fun. Anyways,
Add yourself.
she asked if. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of sum this up. If you were a dude, you got pissed that a girl wouldn't send you nudes. Also got upset that she didn't want your nudes. How would you react if she, cause since you got upset and called her things like slut, whore, etc.? How would you feel if she threatened to come up to your house, light it on fire, throat punch you so hard your Adam's apple would shoot out your ass? And how embarrassing would it be to get your ass whooped by a chick?
This is a setup.
Yeah.
First of all, I would never be in that spot. I am on record. my thoughts on dick pics and nudes. I am on record. That has been well established on BDG. It's part of our intro.
Yeah.
What is your stance?
I don't give a shit. If you send me your nudes, cool. I'll take them. You want my dick pic? You want a picture of my penis on your phone? You have to be in person to take it. That's I've never had anyone take me up on it, but that's just how I stand. I don't.
On your door and said, "Hey, can I take a picture of the dick?"
Let's get real here for a second. It completely depends on if I'm attracted to her or not, which is at its whole what this entire conversation at the end of the day is about. Because the difference between charming and creepy is if you want to get fucked by that person or not, and you will let a lot of shit slide if you're actually hurting for that squirting. But when you're not, all of a sudden it's a problem.
Right.
Anyway, what I would do is not be sending out unsolicited nudes. That's my advice. That's from the question is the wrap up. No, it was the synopsis was we have a listener that was receiving a female that was receiving unsolicited dick pics and was also getting requests for nudes, and then when she refused, then all of a sudden it got to the name calling and all this stuff, and so it was basically
sending dick pics that no one asked for.
Yeah, don't be out here sending dick pics that people don't want.
Yeah, nobody wants your dictures, bro.
This isn't New Jersey. And maybe it's New Jersey. Unless you're in New Jersey, I guess.
And after one, if they don't respond, then they don't want any more. It's pretty simple across the board.
I would always say, look before you dick pic.
I don't even send dick pics.
Look before you creep.
Nobody wants to see a dick. They're the least attractive appendage.
There's
not a least attractive,
but that's also
part of your body.
I don't even want to see my own dick.
But guys,
that's arguable.
Feet.
Feet. They look like big hands.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a child.
There's nothing that looks like a dick.
It's all part of the fact that we've got a bunch of fully developed
Shawn B's
teenagers
hurt.
running around.
He's like, my dick really is my ugliest part.
Well, no matter what a girl says, if they say no, they're like, oh, you're a whore, fuck you.
Yeah, because because that's what a teenager would do.
Oh, you're a dirty whore. You want to be.
Yeah, I mean that's not a gender specific thing. That's just a childish. That's what childish people do when they get called out. I mean that's your experience. We don't know all 8 billion of the people. So I these generalized topics.
Cat does. 7 degrees of separation, 8 billion people. You don't have to sleep with 1 billion.
I have never, to my remembrance, lashed out and called someone a whore for not being a whore. But I accept that has happened. So yeah, but I'm just what I'm saying. I'm not saying guys don't do it.
As in control of his emotions.
I've met the opposite. I've met a lot of people who are fucking crazy. And the second you don't reciprocate, they're like, oh, you're dirty boy, you just want someone else. Bullshit, you know?
Yeah, no, I'm saying it's a more general, it is a childish defense mechanism. That's what I'm saying.
You know that what you're doing was...
It's immaturity, it's not gender. It's people acting... No, that's all I was just trying to say.
I haven't had, girls experience like that.
Right.
I had, guys in the dick.
I'm saying in a different... If you remove the sexual aspect of it, I've seen men, female, doesn't matter. People get vicious when they don't get what they want. Yeah. It is,
I've actually
people just want different things.
For a dick pic one time.
What was his name?
Her name was, I don't remember her name, but it was some chick I met at Taco Bell. Real story. Real story. This is real life, dude. She worked there, granted. Okay.
Even better, dude. It's so much better that way.
But she wanted and I didn't send her one. I actually snapped a picture of my grandpa. Rest his soul. And sent her a picture of my grandpa because he
was his name Dick.
Yeah, no, he's just a dick.
Oh,
love him, but yeah. And she was like, "What the fuck is this?" I'm like, "You asked for a dick. I sent you a picture of a dick." That's my grandpa. Love him. But anyways,
shouts out.
But yeah, so I don't, I'm not really comfortable sending out my dick to people. It's just weird. I don't necessarily want you to send. I've never asked for nudes. I've received nudes, but my thing is I'd rather see it in person. I don't want to sit and look at a picture.
That's the shit I used to say to get girls to send me nudes. Because they'd be like, oh, really? And then they'd send you a nude and be like, oh, it wasn't worth it, huh? It worked. But it was a way to not be creepy.
It's all good, man.
Yeah.
It's all good, man. But no.
Shouts out.
More. If you don't want it, why would you keep sending more? If you don't seem interested in the dick pic, why do you continue to send more dick pics?
Rape culture.
Yeah, man. It's all about that.
No one said that. It was both of you fucking assholes.
Some people have that. It's just a numbers game mentality. Like if I send my dick pic out enough times, I'm only trying to get laid once. So yeah, if my odds are 1 in 50, I'll send 50 dick pics then and hope I hit that one.
Was that the guy continuously sent her dick pics when she said nothing? I think that's enough to know that you shouldn't send it.
Some people just need attention, man. Some people need that, to know that they got a nice dick.
Is there any application on the planet that doesn't have a block feature?
Real life.
Okay. You can't send it.
Yeah, that's true.
That's fair. He wasn't sending dick pics in real life. He wasn't like sending her Polaroids in the mail. So, block him. I don't know. If you keep sending them and she ain't saying stop, I'm not saying it was okay to send to begin with. But the type of dude that's going to send him out to begin with, you're like, oh, she didn't say stop. Like, she don't want to admit she likes him, but she ain't telling me no. Like, it's almost validation in itself if you're already that creepy.
That's retarded.
Just like Louis kept getting validated because they said yeah.
I met this kid at Stanford once.
I'm going to start acting like I'm closer and closer to my boy Louis every time I talk about him.
Louis! But yeah, so when it all comes down to it, late night tip of the night is don't send pics to people who don't want pics of your dicks, your nips, your tits, your ass, whatever, dude.
Shut the fuck up. If they want to send tit pics, don't make them ask me.
No, I've been blocked.
Fuck you.
I've been blocked by
fuck your late night tips and fuck you. If they want to send me their nips, let them.
Can I quote that as a review for the page?
Would you want me to send you a fucking picture of my man boob?
I don't give a fuck.
I'm not sending you one, you fucking perv.
It doesn't hurt me, but don't include that in your.
Some people don't want to see that shit, RJ.
Okay, they can say no.
So for those of you who don't want to see it,
don't send it.
Fuck you, RJ. I don't want to talk to you anymore, man. But anyways, I did have one fun fact I wanted to run by you guys before we shut up shop.
Shawn B hates fun.
Yeah, I do. I'm a fun police. But anyways, did you guys know that if you yelled for over 8.5 years of continuous yelling, you would have produced enough sound energy to heat up 1 cup of coffee?
Cool stat, bro.
Yeah, his little smile at the end of that winking video was so bad. He was so proud of that.
He hit you with that wink, like.
He had it was like, I don't even know. He pursed his lips. Like he only showed like 4 teeth for the smile. It was so boy-like. He's like, this is what I learned at school. He remembered that at the beginning of the day to tell his parents when they asked him what he learned that day. He was so ready for it. I'm sorry, Shawn. It just made me so happy. Not the fact, just how happy you were to share it. So thank you for that.
Knowledge. But yeah, you're more
our audience needs video.
We do need it. We at the very least start just going live from our phones. Just
Jesus, fuck.
Here's Shawn B.
But yeah, dude, I'm all out of stuff to discuss.
I'm all out of stuff.
So I'm signing off. It's your boy Shawn B. Find me at Twitter.
Can will you sing behind me as I give him the facts?
Yep,
and SoundCloud. Find me at Twitter, SoundCloud, Facebook, Instagram, all those things at Shawn B _ get with it. I'm gonna pass the mic. Heavy Cat, where they gonna get you at, bro?
Boogie woogie woogie. Well, I'm gonna leave you guys with one of my thoughts from Kevin on Earth. I'm just going to give you guys with a random thought that I had earlier this week. And it is that the phrase natural born leader is a complete misnomer. And that bothers me. Unless you're telling me Teddy Roosevelt was airshipped onto an island where he was raised by wolves, and then he somehow was able to lead people. There is no such thing as a natural born leader, because you can't even naturally speak English unless you're raised by English people. Nothing comes naturally other than flight or fight. There are no natural born leaders, only propaganda.
We're not allowed to argue with these.
No, you are. You are. Plus, now I can just cut everything out.
Like, there's alpha and beta males. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
But there is. Anyhow.
It's a misnomer. It's just a slight, a semicolon where a comma should be.
I think that parents raise leaders or followers, not necessarily are born that way. But it could be 50-50, little column A, little column B. Either way, this is RJ letting you know, don't follow Shawn B. He's already following you. But you can follow at Bad Dinner Guest on Facebook, Twitter. Go to our blogspot, baddinnerguest.blogspot.com. Follow us on Stitcher, SoundCloud, wherever you find your podcast. Just search Bad Dinner Guest. We really appreciate you guys listening. We'll catch you later.